Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at treasure map Flampe with the, in quotation marks, buildable or not so buildable teams to take on this particular treasure map for the OPTC Girls Celebration. And I gotta say, I gotta start this video with, this treasure map sucks, man. Like, this is, like, I know we say that most times, but, like, this is one of the bad ones. The Intrusion versus Flampe is incredibly challenging to build for majority of players. However, I have come up with some stuff, but like I said, it does use some pretty crafty supports. So if you guys are struggling with this content, make sure to check out the community, see what's working for you guys. But remember, it is the Intrusion fight, so it is one that most people are probably going to skip later down the line. And I feel like this treasure map is going to be one where people get 10 mil and dip. So we're going to go through each particular fight. I'm just going to sort of scroll through the teams as you guys can see them on screen right now. If you guys want to pause the video at all here, but I'm going to break them down for you, and I'll leave timestamps in the description so you guys can check them out. But this is what the teams kind of look like. Like I said, they're kind of not really buildable, but they are buildable at the same time, so hopefully they help you guys out. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Enjoy the video, and best of luck in treasure map. Let's do it. So once again, huge shout out to the treasure map planner for the images provided, as well as the database. As you can see, we have a Pudding, Brulee, Galette, and Smoothie fight. Big Mom is the final boss, and Flampe is the Intrusion. Obviously centered around the OPTC girls. Now, as you guys can see here, I'm not using any of the new characters on my teams. I'm not even using Whitebeard, Blackbeard, Batch, Crocodile, Dofi, all of these characters here. I'm not using any of them. So all of the new characters from the anniversary until now, we aren't using. However, we are using the anniversary characters because I do believe a lot of people summoned there. So if you guys want to, like I said, if you guys want to pause the video, this is the best time to do that. But let's break it down. Let's take a look at the fights. First fight is against Pudding, and she gives all the good stuff to everyone. 5 turns. She starts at 1.2 million HP, attack 6,000. You get 12 turns of Despair, 6 turns of Burn, 1 turn of only using 3 specials, 3 turns of damage reduction, and 99 turns of delay immunity. So the team that I put together looks a little bit like this. It does utilize double Sanji. Now, utilizing double Sanji is really, really handy because Sanji can get around the damage reduction on the final stage. Plus, he gives a lot of cooldowns, which is really, really good for the entire team. So that way we can actually be ready to go by that final stage if we are using non-boosted characters. And there is a non-boosted character we're using, and that's Asabo. We're utilizing Asabo here so that way we can get around this particular shenanigan of only needing 3 specials on the final stage. We can use their special on turn 2. So that way we can get the orb boost for free spirits and shooters moving into the final stage. Literally for basically Sanji and stuff like that. So we have a bunch of Straw Hats on this team as well. That's going to activate the rush mechanic. We have Brook for wave clearing with his double special activation. Robin's going to set defense to 0 because we can. And I don't think she sets defense to 0, right? She just does the conditional. And she removes 5 turns of Despair, which is awesome. And then Jinbei is going to be our attack booster, which is awesome. He can also reduce barriers, but I don't think there is the barrier on this fight. No, there's not. So the big thing about this particular stage is you have to worry about only using 3 specials and getting around that 12 turns of Despair. So we have Whitebeard support on a Sabo, so that's 8 turns altogether here. And then we just need someone else that can remove Despair as well. So I was meant to put on Sanji, I was meant to put the time skip Nami support. So that way we literally have everything we need in terms of Despair removal. Moving on to Brulee now. She is an int character. Free spirits, fighters, and cerebrals get all the good stuff. On the final stage, there's a preemptive for badly matching orbs. 1 turn of special reverse on your 2nd and 3rd row. 5 turns of special bind on your 2nd and 3rd row. 5 turns of chain coefficient reduction. 5 turns of chain boundary if you're below 2.25 chain. 1 turn of damage null, and 99 turns of delay immunity. On death, you take 100,000 damage. 100,000 damage. That's a lot of damage, yes. But the recommended characters are the Straw Hats, the side ones. Basically, if you have Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, you're covered here. The only thing that you will need to get around is the special bind. Now, the character that does this is Usopp. However, Usopp is to be picked up from the PKA shop. But if you have this Robin will basically just cover it for you, which is awesome. She also does an attack boost, but like this Luffy is your attack booster, so that also is a bit of a like yeah, cool. But Luffy, he gives you the cooldowns, which is great, and then you remove the special bind. You have color affinity with Frankie, or boosting with Zoro, and you can actually wave clear with like Luffy as well. I think his special does he special? No, he's super type is the one that does the damage. So you can wave clear with Luffy, wave clear with Zoro, and then use this Luffy on the final stage with the Brook support for the damage reduction, Sanji's going to remove the damage null, and he gives you the chain boundary as well. So these characters are all farmable, these two here. The Frankie isn't, but you don't need the Frankie besides the color affinity. Like, don't stress if you don't have him leveled in break 5. The Luffy, though, I would invest in Luffy. Luffy's going to be really good in pretty much every treasure map or PK moving forward, so definitely invest in that. Moving on to Galette now. Fighters, Powerhouse, and Cerebral's got all the good stuff. You get 9 turns of bind on your second row, so 6 after sockets, 6 turns of attack down, 1 turn of special reverse, 5 turns of threshold, and there's poison immunity on death. There is a 30% heal, 3 turns of paralysis, and 1 turn of defense up. Now, this particular shenaniganry right here, you guys will see in my video when I do like my teams, but with the burn mechanic, which you can apply here, this can actually be avoided. However, I'm not including it in this video because ideally we're trying to do things fast, but we're also trying to get as many points as possible. So for my video, you guys will see that tactic. But for this team, it's run by CatDog. Now, CatDog are insanely good for speed farming. You can bink their super type and super class for wave clearing, but for this team, we're actually going to use one of their super classes or super types to get this 1 turn of special reverse. I've got Kamazo on the team. Kamazo's a slasher. You can use him to wave clear and then use any of these two to activate the super type or the super class. You just need to make sure you bring one or the other, and that way it'll work fine. I chose to use Cat Viper so I could use the Dog Storm support. The reason I'm using the Dog Storm support is to get around this 1 turn of defense up on the revive, and then we're using Bardo support on any Robin at all. I just picked this Robin here because why not? You can literally use any Robin you like. There is the Anniversary Robin as well. This one right here, which will be another option. She's probably going to give you more points if I'm completely honest. So maybe that's like a shout. But any Robin with the Bardo support is going to help you out there. We do need to get around the bind on stage 2, not stage 2, on the middle row. So I did bring the PKA Roger with the Whitey base support. Roger's going to give you base stats and then remove 5 turns of bind, and then with Usopp and the Timeskip Nami support, you can actually, not Timeskip Nami, the Valentine's Nami, you can get around another 2 turns of bind and the 6 turns of attack down. You can delay here too, so you can get a delay conditional, and then on the revive, you'll have the attack and all boost from CatDog anyway, and that way you can easily kill. But if you guys have Sabo level in break 5, the Dex one, he can actually apply a burn mechanic, and that should actually kill the revive just instantly. Like this 30%, the attack is going to scale faster than what the HP scales. So 100 times the enemy's attack in damage is going to do a lot of burn damage for this heal. So you can always do that. Moving on to Smoothie now. Strength, quick, and in characters get all the good stuff. There's 3 turns of special reverse on the final stage, 8 turns of bind on your second and third row, so down to 5. Block orbs, 9 turns of despair, which should go down to 6, and 5 turns of slot bind on your top row. You have an interrupt if you use a chain lock or chain boundary, and then 2 turns of special reverse if you do that and you lose all your buffs. So the character they want you to use here is Luffy and Ace. They pretty much cover you for like everything. Special reverse, like the bind with their special swapping can remove all this shenaniganry. They are basically the go-to gods for this. However, we're using them on our Big Mom fight because they're a 1.35 times booster. So I've decided to use a better variation and just go with Luffy Yamato. Luffy Yamato are going to give, well, completely remove the bind straight away. Their switch removes the despair and the slot bind, and you can use the Brulee support to give themselves cooldowns here, so they get the 2 turns of cooldown, as well as utilizing the support to give a full board of block orbs, which is super nice. So you are only going to get 2 turns of cooldown with this unit. So ideally, you'd probably want to bring someone else that can give cooldowns as well. But you could use the Mistem support here. That will actually give the 3 turns of cooldown if you have it. However, then you're going to have to worry about block slots. Where the hell is Mistems? So if you use this Mistem support, you can actually get 3 turns of cooldown there. That's definitely going to work. There's no paralysis on the final stage, is there? No, there's not. But utilizing Brulee is going to give you that block or manipulation. As for the rest of the team, I just brought like wave clearers. Izo Kiku, they can give what's it called? They can give you a chain lock moving to the final stage. Zoro here, he's an attack booster. He works out really, really nicely. Brook is going to literally just be here because like he's the color affinity, I guess. And then Frankie's here to be a wave clearer on turn 1. Now, with this team, like you really want to make sure that you have a way to give cooldowns. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of stuck. So, like, I just threw Zoro on this team. But you really want to have someone that can actually like give you said cooldown reduction. So let's take a quick look at our boosted list here, and let's see if there's anyone that can give any cooldowns at all, or anyone that can give block orb manipulation, maybe. That might be something that'd be super handy. I guess, like I said, if you have the Mistim support here, you just use Mistims, and then you're going to use the switch abilities of Luffy Yamato to give you Wano orbs. You could bring Zoro as a friend captain here, so that way you're building up Wano orbs along the way. You can do some funky stuff there. But with the orb boosts, you have an attack boost. It's called a chain lock here as well. That's going to work out quite nicely. Really, you only need cooldowns on Zoro. Really, like that's kind of the big up. So what you could easily do here is, where is cooldowns? Why can't I find anything? What's wrong with me today? There we go, reduce cooldowns. You could use any of these characters here. Like probably Mr. 3 is probably your best one. Or this Usopp will work too. Like you could easily do this, and then you could easily. Why can't I click Mistims? You can easily do the Brulee there, so that way you get a full bottle orbs. You just bink the Zoro special on the final stage, and Zoro's just going to be plenty of damage for you guys to actually get this done. So, should work fairly nicely. Like I said, you can easily just replace like Frankie with a block orb manipulator, and then use Mistims, and then you can just do even more damage there. But look, you got options. Moving on to the Big Mom fight now. Quick decks and in-characters get all the good stuff. 1 turn of paralysis on stage 2, 6 turns of burn, 3 turns of damage reduction, 3 turns of threshold, 2 turns of a 4 perfect barrier. And then on the final stage, there's block orbs, bind on your second and third row, 7 turns of defense up, 99 turns of full immunity, normal attacks only, 1 turn of a 3 recovery barrier, 99 turns of delay. There's an interrupt if you use damage reduction, and on death, she comes back with 10 million HP, which is absurd because like on level 1 she doesn't even have 10 million HP, which is crazy. Damage of 80,000 and gives you 2 turns of hunger. So yes, there's a lot going on for this fight, a lot. But we are using Carrot and Nami as our friend captain, because why the hell would we not? We're using Reiju as our captain for cerebral buffs. Reiju gives you 1 turn of paralysis removal as a captain, so that's going to work really nicely for stage 2. But you could also use the Chopper support on, or this Nami support on Sanji, and that's going to work out quite nicely. And then you could easily just rotate Carrot Wanda into the first slot there. Carrot Wanda are just going to be a much better unit in terms of damage output. However, what's going to happen is on this stage here, you need Carrot Wanda to basically get through this. The idea of this team is to use the Super Swap of Carrot Wanda turn 2, and then use their special to just bypass all the defensive effects. Utilize the Super Swap of Luffy and Ace as well, so that way you can actually get the chain boundary and then just go bink with these 2 units here. So having Carrot Wanda as your captain might be the wave. However, I'm using Reiju for now just because like if you don't have Nami or whatever, like you're going to be in for a better time. We're also going to use Reiju on this turn as well. Reiju's special is going to... Oh, we need to make sure that you're on this side. Reiju's special is going to help us with more damage if we need it. And then if you hit 3 perfects, you can carry over into this stage. So you can just like tap 2 other units, but this burn might be a problem. And if that's the case, then we'll just have to save the Reiju special and go from there. On the final stage, though, we are basically utilizing Carrot Wanda once again. And Carrot Wanda are going to be our orb booster for the team. So you really want to make sure that they get cooldowns somehow. Probably need the Brulee support to make that happen. So that way you can get the cooldowns on them for that final stage once again. They're going to set defense to 0. You're going to use either Reiju or Luffy and Ace to get around the bind. They'll also give you an attack boost and block orb manipulation. With the support of Whitey Bay, you can get around this barrier as well, so you don't have to worry about that. You have the Mr. 3 support to get around the damage reduction, so that way you can deal with this. And then with the friend captain, you have chain boundary, plus they also have hunger, so works out quite nicely. Sanji's literally just here as like a flex, like he's just here as a 1.35 times booster. You can use his special for the revive too, but I don't think that, like, I mean, you're gonna need something to get around this 10 million HP. So that's kind of a shit go. But you also have a Akainu here as well, who can actually give a burn. So I would save that Akainu special for this revive as well. So that way you can actually apply the burn from Akainu, have a conditional there. Utilizing Sanji will give himself a 3 times attack and orb boost. That'll work out there. But like I said, this team, it's going to be pretty janky. Well, actually, if you use Reiju on the final stage, you have the carryover conditional as well. So, look, I don't know how long this team will last for, but at least it's good points and it'll get you somewhere. Moving on to Flampe now. This is where stuff gets really stupid. Like, this fight sucks. This fight was so poorly designed that, like, most people are going to struggle with this particular fight because it's just, there's a lot going on. Cerebrals, Free Spirits, Fighters, get all the good stuff. On stage 2, Flampe gives you Block Orbs, 2 turns of Hunger, 7 turns of Paralysis, 5 turns of No Healing, 2 turns of Special Reverse, 1 turn of Fear on your second and third row, 3 turns of Pain at 5% damage every time you do anything that's not a normal tap, and 3 turns of 100,000, 10,000 defense up. Yeah, that's stage 2. I know. On the final stage, you get Super Block Orbs if you're below 99% HP, 1 turn of Damage Null if you're below 99% HP, 9 turns of Bind on your left-hand column, 6 turns of Special Bind, 6 turns of Damage Reduction, 4 turns of Threshold, 99 turns of Normal Attacks only, and Delay Immunity. This sucks. This is a terrible, terrible invasion. They want you to use the new waifus, they want you to use the new Carrot Wanda, they want you to use the boosted units, obviously! But they didn't put them on the treasure map banner, so you have to summon on the debut banner, which is so dumb. But look, here we are. So the team looks like this. We are using Reiju as our captain with a friend captain, Carrot Nami, once again. This Nami right here is pretty much the only option to get around the special bind. Like, I put out 2 teams that actually run this, but this Nami is your best option. Like, this Nami is the best option. She has the Chopper support. She can use the Vivi support. She would be the best option to get around the special bind. Plus, she gives you a base stat boost. So, just more damage is always fun. On stage 2, the idea is, once again, we're going to switch with Luffy and Ace, switch with Carrot Wanda, and just double tap that stage. I've showed how this works. They set defense to 0 with Carrot Wanda. They remove the paralysis on themselves. They give themselves matching orbs, so you don't have to worry about the block orbs. And then you just tap Luffy and Ace into Carrot Wanda. So, like, that works exceptionally well. But hopefully, with the scaling, it's not too big of a problem, and it lasts at least to the 10 million points. At least. That's the goal here. That's the goal of this video, to get you guys to 10 million points. On the final stage, you should have enough HP to get around this, so you don't have to worry about it. The 9 turns of Bind will go down to 6, and you can easily remove that with Reiju. That's why she's on the right-hand side as our captain. To get around this shenaniganry, we have the combination of Orobi and the Mr. 1 support. That's going to get around some paralysis, or not paralysis, but it's going to get around the damage reduction, the threshold completely. You have Vivi as well to help with the threshold. If you don't have Vivi, don't stress. This Orobi is going to actually do this for you. If you need more damage, you can move this Robin over here. So that way you just have 1 more unit with type advantage. You have Chain Boundary with Carrot Nami. You have an Orb Boost with Carrot Wanda once again with the Brulee support. And then Luffy and Ace are going to be your attack booster. So you should have a lot of damage here. And like I said, it should get you to the 10 million points very easily. But we'll just have to wait and see how it goes after that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. Hopefully these teams help you guys out. Let me know in the comment section below if I've forgotten anything, if I missed anything, because I do apologize that this video hasn't exactly been the most friendly to players that don't have a lot of the characters. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button anyway. Hit the subscribe button. Do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. Please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's